Well, hello. We're here for story time again. I think we're a couple minutes late. I had a little trouble with my camera saying it wasn't working, so I had to shut it off and try again. But I think we're good. Let me know if you have any problems viewing, and I'll start over if I need to. Today we are going to have a fun little story time all about farms and farm animals. And we have a fun craft to do. We've got some stories. We're going to review our alphabet letter of the day. Now, coming up here, I know we have some fun activities and things that you can pick up at the library. We'll have our April craft bags going out. That'll take us to the end of April. We'll also have, we still have some of the painted rock projects if you want to come and pick that up, as well as some other take home kits that you can enjoy with your family. So if you need anything like that to have some fun activities over the Easter weekend, please be sure to come in. We will be closed on Friday. Also, starting April 10th, we will be having Saturday morning hours again at the library from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. So, for those of you who have had trouble getting into the library because maybe you're working during our regular hours that we've been having due to COVID, we're going to have some weekend hours again. So if you have any questions about any of that, call us at 885-6776. So now let's get started with the fun things. Let's review our alphabet letter first. So today we're using the letter F because the word farm starts with the letter F, of course. That makes the sound like in fish. Fish starts with letter F. Let's try making a letter F in the air. We'll start way up at the top with a straight line down, and then we'll do a long line across and a short line in the middle. A long line down, a straight line across the top, and then a smaller line in the middle. That's our capital letter F for today. And then we also have the small letter F. I've got a little hook at the top and down, and then a cross line in the middle. So a little hook at the top with a line down and a line across in the middle. That's our letter F. Now, if you want to get some more practice with letter F, why don't you try drawing letter F in the sand? Or maybe make a letter F with your Play-Doh. There's lots of different things you could do if you have some pipe cleaners around. It's fun to practice making your alphabet letters with those too. So there we go. We have another little example here of a letter F animal. What is that? It's a little green frog, isn't it? It's a little froggy, and I think the frogs are starting to get active. I don't always see frogs around the desert here, but and if you're by the water, you may see some. So maybe down at the beach park, you'll find some froggies down there. So let's do a couple of little letter F guesses. So I'm thinking of something, it's a game you can play. It uses a ball, and the ball is pointy on both ends. And can you think of a game that people play where they use a ball that's pointy on both ends? How about football? I have a little tiny football right here. So football is a game that starts with the letter F. Now I'm thinking of something that birds have, and these things help the birds to fly, and they also help keep the birds warm and comfortable. Can you think of something that starts with letter F that birds have? Did you think of a feather? I found this feather outside, and it's kind of a fun little feather. I don't know what kind of a bird it's from, but it's a good size one, I think. And it's got some little fluffy parts down there. Okay, and then let's see, let's do one more. I'm thinking of something that you start to see in the springtime. You might have some at your house outside that are sprouting up right now, or you may see some at the store when you go grocery shopping. Sometimes grocery stores have some kind of like right up at the front. So can you think of something that grows? It starts coming up in the spring. Can you think of it? Did you think of flowers? I've got a couple little flower beads here, a red one and a green one. Okay, one more, one more. I want to do this one too. I'm thinking of something that has wheels, a ladder, and it drives to emergencies to help people. Can you think of what that might be? It makes a loud siren sound, wee wee, or something like that. Were you thinking of a fire truck? That's what I was thinking of. Okay, so there are some letter F words for us for today. Okay, let's get to some stories. Since we're going to be making a cute little chick craft, I thought we would look at a little bit of a science book about how chickens develop and grow. So we're not going to read all the words in this book, but it does have some good pictures. So let's take a look at the life of a chicken. Here's a little baby chicken on the front cover. Okay, so here we see a poultry farm, and you can see there's chickens roaming around outside there. And here are some week-old baby chicks. Aren't they cute? So let's see about how they get going. So here's a picture of a hen. She has laid some eggs and she's sitting on her eggs to keep them warm. That is how birds keep their eggs warm. They're not ready to be out of their eggs right away, so they have to stay warm while the baby chicks inside grow and develop. Here is a picture. It's I hope you can see it. This is a picture of a baby chick inside of its egg. So you can see it's all kind of curled up. You can see it's got its beak and its little eye is closed and its little legs here. And at the end of the chick's beak, there'll be a little sharp spot called its egg tooth, and it will use that to tip its way out of the egg. Here is a picture of the bird starting to come out of its egg. It's got a big long crack that it's made in there, and there's substance in there for the chick to eat while it's growing, so it's kind of damp in there. So when the chick finally does come out of the egg, it looks like it's had a bath. So it'll dry off. And within about a week, the baby chicken will start to have some beginnings of feathers. It's got some downy fluff right when it comes out of the egg and after it dries off. But then after a week or so, it starts to form actual feathers like the one I showed you at the beginning. And here's some little baby chicks outside in the sun looking so cute. And here's some chickens that are they're in their pen, and the pen is keeping them safe from predators like foxes. Predators such as foxes, hawks, and owls will try to catch a chicken if they can. So farmers will protect their chickens by providing some shelter or some covered um, outdoor areas for them so that they can be safe. And here is our beautiful chicken all grown up right here. And then that chicken can lay some more eggs. The eggs that we eat do not have baby chickens inside. They are infertile eggs, so we can eat them and enjoy them, and it's just fine. So there are a lot of things to know about chickens, but that's just a few things. And we do have some more books at the library if you want to find out more about that. Okay, our next book is about a little boy, and he is taking care of the farm while his mom is away for a couple days, and all of the animals get farm flu. What is he going to do? So let's read this. It's written by Teresa Bateman. Mom's a farmer, so am I. We work the farm through wet and dry. There they are working on the farm. What do they have on that farm? Well, I see a barn. That's where the animals can go inside. And I see a lot of different kinds of animals. Let's see if we can see what we have. We have cow, we have some chickens, here's some little pigs, and here is a turkey and some sheep. And oh, here's a donkey back here. And then, of course, here's the farmhouse where he and his mom live. But it was likely just as well that mom was out of town a spell when marching through the morning dew, I heard the milk cow moo, "Achoo!" "Poor thing," I said, "you've got the flu." I'd never helped a sickly cow. I just know how to milk and cuddle. But I knew what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. I tucked the Guernsey into bed with tissues for her stuffy head. Here is the little cow getting into the bed, and the little boy is giving her some tissues. I brought her hot alfalfa tea and puffed and fluffed her pillows hourly. Fluff is a good word that starts with. Look at this cow. She's getting her temperature taken. She's got her feet hanging over the bed because she's too big for the bed. But she's got a book and a blanket. She's got some juice over here, and he's bringing her some tea. The next day, I was up at dawn. The Guernsey cow was snoring on. I heard a cock-a-doodle-doo, and then the chickens clucked, "Ka-choo!" Oh, they're all sneezing. Ka-choo, 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 ka-choo. They're all sneezing in their little chicken coop. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. The TV room became a coop. I brought them bowls of barley soup. How many chickens do we have in the house? One, two, three, four, five, six. And here's the little dog, kind of wondering what's going on while all these chickens are having their soup. The barnyard called with chores to do, but then the pigs squealed, "Ka-choo!" Oh my goodness, now the pigs are sick. I knew just what my mom would do if it was me who had the flu. I popped the piglets in the tub and gave them all a belly rub. What would you think if your bathtub was full of little squealy piglets? Then just when I was almost through, the turkeys gobbled out, "Ka-choo!" My goodness. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. They changed the channel, asked for snacks, said popcorn helped them to relax. They got out chess and checkers too. And then the donkey brayed, "Ka-choo!" Now the donkey's sick too. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. Reclining on the back porch swing, he asked for some of everything. Wow, he's got crackers, tissues, lemonade. He's saying, "More popcorn, please." And he's getting some soup and some tea. And then a wild and woolly crew arrived and loudly bawed, "Ka-choo!" Do you think these animals are all really sick or are they just enjoying the attention? I don't know. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. The attic had a little room. I cleaned it up with mop and broom and settled all my woolly guests while urging them to get some rest. My goodness, there's so many, they don't quite all fit on the bed up there. That night, I didn't get much sleep. My room was underneath the sheet. The house was filled with cluck, oink, moo. How odd they all should catch the flu. The next day I arose and yawned. The house was still as morning dawned. I stopped. I listened. No ka-choo. I knew just what my mom would do. Too sick to be outside, I see. Then you're too sick to watch TV. No toys, no games. Just stay in bed. No popcorn. You'll have mush instead. Oh no. The little boy is saying, all the fun's over. If you're really sick, you're just going to have to lay in bed. A miracle. They all were cured. They hurried out without a word and galloped to the barn with glee, recuperating magically. Wow, they do look great. I followed, but my steps were slow. I felt like half-baked sourdough. Relieved the end was now in view, I stumbled, blinked, and sneezed. Ka-choo! They quickly treated me for flu exactly as my mom would do. So now the animals are all taking care of the little boy. And that's the end of that one. All righty. I have one more story and then we're going to get right into our craft time. So this one is by Mem Fox and it's called Where is the Green Sheep? I see a yellow, I see an orange, I see a red, I don't see a green. On the back, I see a purple and a blue. I guess that's why we are looking for the green sheep. Here is the blue sheep, and here is the red sheep. Oh, doing a cartwheel. Here is the bath sheep in the tub, and here is the bed sheep, all tucked in, reading a nice book. But where is the green sheep? I haven't seen a green one yet. Here is the thin sheep, and here is the wide sheep. Here is the swing sheep, and here is the slide sheep. What is the slide sheep doing? I see the slide sheep wearing some skis, and I'm thinking that is going to be a scary trip down the slide. But where is the green sheep? Here is the up sheep, and here is the down sheep. Here is the band sheep, and here's the clown sheep. But where is the green sheep? Have you seen it yet? Here's the sun sheep all laying out on the beach. And here's the rain sheep with umbrella. And here is the car sheep. And here's the train sheep. But where is the green sheep? Still haven't seen it yet. What other animals are in the train? I see a chicken driving. Then I see a dog. Then I see the sheep. Here's a snail, cat, pelican, two bunnies. There's an empty car. I think that's a cow. And here's a snake at the end. Here is the wind sheep. You can fly a kite on a windy day. And here is the wave sheep surfing on the surfboard. Here's the scared sheep. And here's the brave sheep jumping off the diving board. But where is the green sheep? Here is the near sheep. And there's the far sheep way off over there. Here is the moon sheep. And here's the star sheep. But where is the green sheep? You see a green one in there anywhere? I don't see one. I see a parachute sheep though, and I see a boat sheep and some picnic sheep. Where is that green sheep? Turn the page quietly and let's take a peek. Here's our green sheep, fast asleep. Oh, that green sheep, he's a little bit hard to see because he's sleeping right next to a big green bush that looks kind of like him. It's kind of a funny little story, isn't it? Okay, well, thank you for listening to the stories. I got a couple of fun facts for you. I wanted to tell you that in the United States, there's approximately 75 million hogs or pigs. There's about 94 million cattle, cows, and there's 390 million laying hens or chickens. So I think that's actually more than people. There's more chickens than people. So here's a question for you. Can you guess What is New Mexico's top farm product? What do you think it might be? We grow a lot of things here in New Mexico. Do you think it might be green chili? Or do you think it might be pecans? Well, this might surprise you, but the top farm product for New Mexico is dairy products like milk. And in 2017, New Mexico farmers produced $1.3 billion worth of dairy products. That is a lot of good food to feed little kids like you. Okay, so if you have your project pack for the week with you, let's take a look and see what's in that. So first of all, we have a nice coloring page here, and there's some activity ideas on the back. This is a nice barn you can color. Then we have a matching game where you match the shadow of the animal with the animal. So you can use your pencil or crayon and just draw lines to show what matches. Then we have a little thing for you to fill in what's missing. There's different parts of the animals that need to be filled in, and you can figure out what part is missing in each little picture and draw it in. And then finally, found a fun recipe for some pigs in a blanket. Maybe you could make those for lunch one day. That'd be fun. Okay, the next thing you have in your packet is a yellow sheet with kind of an oval egg shape on there. You should have an orange sheet with some little chicken feet and then a couple of little circles for eyes. So the first thing we're going to have you do, and if you need a little help with this, that's fine. We're going to have you cut out this egg, save this part of the paper because we're going to use that for drawing your hand shape, which we'll put on on the sides of the chicken. Okay, so let's use our pair of scissors and let's cut out that egg shape. I'm going to use this egg shape that's already cut out because my hand is bigger than yours, so I need to use my whole yellow sheet for tracing. So once you're done cutting out, you'll have a little egg shape like this. The next thing to do, move this a little bit, is to trace your hand on the paper. Trace it 2 times. So I'm going to do that really quickly here. And I have to lay it down on the table or I'm not going to be able to get my hand on there. So I can't show you what I'm doing, but I'll hold it up when I'm done so you can see what I did. Okay, there's one hand, and I'm gonna do the other hand now. Actually, I'm gonna do the same hand. I'm just gonna do it twice. And you may need a little bit of help with your hand tracing, and just try to hold your hand still while mom or grandma or big brother or someone helps you trace around. So you'll have 2 hand shapes. So I'm gonna cut those out. Try to cut them out quickly. Um, and the other things that we're going to need to cut out today are we'll have to cut out our chicken legs. And I think I forgot to mention this, but we are also going to use some crayons today, just briefly. We're going to draw some eyes on our white circles. So it looks like a little chicken eye. I'm cutting around. You can see I'm doing the fingers now. It's kind of fun to use our scissors. I was with my grandson this past week, and he is 2, and he enjoys using scissors, but he doesn't have good scissors control yet. So I was helping him by having him hold the scissors, and then I held on to his hand so he could cut. So that's one way you can start learning to use your pair of scissors. Now I got one hand cut out and I'm going to cut out the other one. So this is because your chickens have your little chick has 2 wings, so we need to have 2 hands. Another thing that you could do, I suppose, is you could fold your paper in half and just trace one hand, but then you could cut it out in two layers, so then you would have two hands. So we're almost done cutting out hands. Almost done. It's kind of fun to use your own hand to make art. You have your hand as part of your art project. And those can be fun to save because later on when your hand is bigger, you can put your hand over the hand cutout and say, wow, I have grown. All right. I'm going to put my scraps. So now I have two hands. And I'm going to just go ahead and glue those on my chicken right now. So I'll glue one. I'm going to glue them onto the back. Use some glue stick for that. Okay, I've just glued some on the back. And I'm going to put one here. And I'll put the other one over here. So that's already looking a little bit like a chicken, isn't it? Okay, so next, let's get the feet on there. So I'm going to use this little piece of paper here. And I'm going to cut the chicken's feet out so it can walk around. It needs to be able to walk around and find its food and things, right? Okay, just make a couple little triangle cuts for the toes. I don't really think of chickens having toes, but I guess they do. Okay, there's one, and let me get the other one cut out. It goes along pretty fast once you get started. Okay, so now I have my two little chicken feet cut out. And let's glue those on. So I'll use my glue, and I'm just going to put a little glue up at the top here because I need the feet to hang down a bit. Okay, a little bit on this one. So let me show you that. Okay, we'll put one here. So I'm gluing it onto the back. Okay, that's what the back looks like. Whoops. Okay, so this is the front. All right, now we need to do the little chicken's face. So let's use a little scrap of orange. I'm going to fold it like this. And then on the fold, I'm going to cut out a little triangle so it makes a beak. So I don't think you even need to draw that on there, but you can if you want. So then we have a little triangle like this that's folded in the middle. We'll put a little bit of glue just on one side because we want his beak to be open. Okay, so I glued that like that. Now let's do the eyes. So I've got a little glue on my finger. I'm just going to put it right on the eye. Okay, we'll glue the eyes on like that. I'm going to use a black crayon and I'm just going to draw it on there. Okay, so there's that. Maybe I'll do some eyebrows too. There's some eyebrows. Okay, that's my chicken craft for you. And have fun with that. We will be meeting on Thursday for toddler time with some music and more books for very young children. And then next week, we'll be back on Tuesday with some more stories and activities for you. So we'll see you next time. Have a very wonderful day. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.